Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. War Against the Deep State. That's a timely title if there ever was one. The new book is written by retired Army Colonel John Mills. He has an extensive background in cybersecurity and international affairs. His latest book has received glowing reviews from former Trump National Security Advisor General Michael Flynn, Ambassador and former Congressman Pete Hoekstra, and retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General Blaine D. Holt, among many others. Joining us now to discuss is the man himself, retired Army Colonel John Mills, the former Director of Cybersecurity, Policy, Strategy, and International Affairs for the U.S. Department of Defense, and a Senior Fellow at the Center for Security Policy. Colonel, thanks for being here tonight.
Kara, thank you so much. It's an honor to be on your show.
Great. So first, tell us about your book and how it details the unlawful, as you put it, fourth, fifth, and sixth branches of government. What are they? How do they work? And where do they come from?
Well, thank you, Kara. Well, first, in 2007 and 2014, I was one of the senior Department of Defense leads for a massive new cyber effort called the Comprehensive National Cybersecurity Initiative. Started with best of intent lawfully to protect Americans from the foreign external extremist threat. This was the basis, the foundation of the current mass surveillance system. And it was, unfortunately, it's been weaponized against us. So that's where things really started to go off the rail. And this has provided the foundation for what I call the fourth, fifth, and sixth branches of government. The administrative state, which actually has a little bit of a legal basis in the 1946 Administrative Procedures Act, and the fifth branch of government being the federal intelligence, federal law enforcement that have married with big tech to carry on and establish this mass surveillance state. Sixth branch of government are the nonprofits. This is the UPenn Biden Center and such. I'm all for nonprofits, but they've been weaponized against the American people. So this is what we're at in the year 2023, is we have an out of control government that is really has this shadow fourth, fifth, and sixth branch of government, and we got to take it out.
That we do, and of course you were someone who worked intimately within the U.S. Defense Department. So can you also explain for us, was there ever a moment where you had an epiphany and you said, not all is as it seems with the government? You know, as President Trump would term, there's a deep state that operates within. Was it something that was a slow build that you just started to see over the years? How did you come to recognize the threat within?
Well, you know, that my Damascene moment was really it's approximately July of 2016, and I was rushing to a meeting through the A ring of the Pentagon. That's what you do in the Pentagon, is rush to meetings. And I ran into somebody who had been a Bush appointee. Now, remember, at this time, this was still under Obama's tenure, but a Bush appointee. I ran into him, good friend, colleague, mentor, somebody I looked up to, and I felt natural to, normally I don't ask political questions, but he was a Republican activist. I said, you're going to support Trump at the convention. This is 2016. And his response changed everything in a heartbeat. He said, no, we see more opportunities with her. And from that point onward, I knew immediately. I just about lunged at him. I said, who is we and what opportunities do you see? From that point forward, everything Donald J. Trump made sense. And I understood, oh my, something is horribly wrong. There is a swamp, there is a deep state, there is a uniparty. Donald J. Trump is absolutely correct.
And like as you're saying, with that 2016 election, how much did they try and make us see Russia everywhere? Russia, 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 as President Trump would joke today. They made up a Russiagate hoax, everything, the national security, the whole spy state. As you were saying, that deep state, they worked in unison to try and make sure President Trump did not get the White House. In 2016, he thankfully overcame that anyways, but they tried. And then they were a little more successful, sadly, in 2020 by all the tricks, the nasty tricks they pulled. But they wanted us to see Russia everywhere. And you have another book that really kind of unknots a lot of those threads. But as you point out here, though, China seems to be quite evident when it comes to our deep state and the threat within. Could you speak to us also about the threat from China?